Hey everyone. Oh my goodness, this is my last project as guest for Altenew. I'm very sad, but I have had an absolute blast. And I have another idea using their artist markers. I'm using it directly I'm using a 6x8 layout for this. And I'm doing that same light stroke, but I'm really putting my marker a little bit more on the flat side of that brush tip. And I'm creating nice little brush strokes coming in from the edges of that layout. It gives it a nice little watercolor brushed look. And so what I'm doing is I had so many more of those flowers left over, it inspired me to use them on a layout. And what I did is I used a 3/4 inch square punch to punch some of the reflections cardstock. And that's it. It looks like already this layout's going to be full and I've not really done a whole lot. It's super, super quick layout. Okay, so I know I want to add sentiment as a title and I want to add some journaling here. So before anything gets adhered down, I just want to pencil where that's going to go, get my journaling in place, and then I'm going to stamp this sentiment. I'm going to stamp love here because it ties in with my journaling. I really like the punched squares from the Reflections paper pad. It adds a little bit more color, a little bit more texture. I'm telling you, this layout was like, when you are creating and you're on a roll like that with that product and you have leftovers, just, I'm telling you, just go with it. It seems like your last project you create using those same products is always the quickest because you already have your idea and you already have some of your samples still left over. So you might as well just go ahead and use them, right? So I stitched down those squares and I'm going to foam adhere these flowers. And basically, I'm just playing around with them, seeing where I want them. But I'm also going to add some stamping, so before I commit to adhering anything, I'll add a little bit more stamping here and there. So here's where I decide to go ahead and I'll put the foam adhesive on the back of this next flower, but I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and add my stamping and get that on there because I have that bottom flower committed. So if I do any stamping, I need to stamp around that one, but I still have the top two open. So I'm going to stamp this. One of the sentiments is this, and it ties in with my sentiment, my title, and my journaling. So I'm going to stamp that around in different areas on the layout. And then I stamp one of the hearts as well in different places around the layout. Just goes along with the whole look and feel. I really like this layout. The other two almost have a beachy look, like the first photo was us at the beach, even though we were on the balcony. And the second photo does have a tropical look because of that palm tree photo, and that is a beach photo too. But this one just kind of has a spring look to it with the rain boots that I have on, the yellow, and then the flowers. Just has a really cool look. Now, I use just about every bit of these flowers, and it's a pretty full layout. My Traveler's Notebook spread, as you can see, had a lot of white space, and that went great for that design. This is where I really love to just be creative and go with what feels good for that particular project. For this one, filling it up just is perfect for it. So I go ahead and I use almost every little piece except that one piece just wasn't going to work because it was trimmed a little bit too much. So I grab another way that I had used those alcohol markers, and it works. It works just fine because this layout has a little bit of an artsy look to it. So I use that at the top there to finish that off. And then I just add some enamel dots. I'm telling you, this was a super, super quick layout. Thank you guys so much. I hope this inspires you to use the markers and the products in unique different ways and to just get creative and have fun and use those leftovers, whether or not it's on a layout or a card. Thank you so much.